It's a completely new situation, and it's a tremendous opportunity. And I'm excited. I'm excited for all the things that I've been through in the past, good, bad. I'm a guy that believes every experience is a learning experience. It's just how do you use it and how do you apply it. And I'm grateful for everything that's happened in my coaching career because I think it's all prepared me for this moment. And I'm grateful for the opportunity here, and I'm grateful to have an opportunity to lead my own program again and to see what we can do here and to build something special.
To do, Jeff, you were obviously a very high-powered, assistant coach. You would fill in on games when Coach Kay would be out. So it wasn't like you were some guy just far down the bench. But how long did it sort of take you getting this job to sort of get settled back into being a head coach, getting back into that routine?
Yeah, it took a while. I mean, it had been 7 years since I was in that spot where you're running a program. Even though the past 3 years at Duke, at some point I coached at least one game in each of the last 3 seasons. I still wasn't making the day-to-day decisions, and that's the part where you kind of remember like it's a very daunting task, and it's a lot because the coaching part is probably the least amount of what you do. It's stuff within the program, and especially as you're trying to get one going again and to build excitement. And so, it was an adjustment. I'm glad we had the exhibition game and the scrimmage game, and excited about going forward.
Was one of those things putting together this schedule, and I guess what were you kind of looking? What kind of teams were you looking to play in these, especially these first few games?
Yeah, well, some of it, was scheduled I inherited, and so some of these games are games that were already on the schedule, and the ones that we had to get, we wanted to be, very cognizant about getting good opponents for us, and then getting us in a position to help prepare us for conference play, and I think we've accomplished that with this schedule. We're excited about it. Once we get started tomorrow, it goes quick. They come up fast. And as a player, you like that. As a coach, you probably want a little bit more practice time. But I know we're anxious to play.
Jeff, when you play a team like Youngstown State, I mean, these are kids that, they probably have a chip on their shoulder because they weren't recruited to play at a Power 5 school. Do you have to talk with your guys about that at all? Like, this is a huge game for them or for their season, for you guys still kind of getting used to things.
I haven't, because it should be a huge game for us, and if it's not, then we have bigger issues. I know what those kids and the coaching staff at Youngstown State are feeling. I coached at a mid-major conference, and when we played against a Power 5 team, we had a chip on our shoulder. We were trying to build something there when I was at VCU, and so I understand that. I totally understand the question, but for anyone involved in our program, if we have to try to figure out ways to motivate, then that's an issue. We should have motivation on our own. I told our guys it's the biggest game because we're playing, and that's the mindset that we have to have. Every game's a huge game and a big deal because we're playing. Anything you have your name associated with, it should be a big deal, and you should want it to be at its best. And if you don't, then you shouldn't have your name associated with it. And so that's been my message. That's been our message, and I think they get the picture.
Is 6 games in 16 days also a daunting task for you guys?
It is, but you know what? When we get to the ACC, they come fast, and so it's as players you want to play, and this is the schedule that we have, and we'll be prepared for each one of them.
After Thursday's game about some of the good things you saw from your team, but after having a chance to review it, look at film, what were some of the things that really jumped out you wanted to see improved? Yeah,
free throw shooting is one. That's a big one. Our decision making when we have some success. I thought in that game we did some good things, but then we let down a little bit, and I don't want to do that. We have to learn how to fight for 40 minutes and to understand the value of each possession. We have to do a better job of communicating with each other. Our talk has to be at a much higher level. Talk is the thing that unites a team. And when we did that, we were good. When we didn't, we weren't so good. And so that has to become a habit where we do that consistently for a 40-minute period every possession.
In that UPJ game, I think 10 guys got in the first half. I mean, when you're, kind of getting in the role of the season, how many guys do you plan on playing? What's the rotation going to look like?
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know, I don't have set in my head, we're going to play 10, we're going to play 8, we're going to play 7, 9. I don't have that. Practice determines that for me. And so we'll figure that out on a game-by-game basis.
You were talking about some of those free throw woes there, Jeff. You were pretty, you were pretty decent shooter as a player. I think I saw that you shot about 75% as a junior. Do you have any tips or any drills that you turn or that you sort of try to have guys work on, or do you just sort of take that as maybe take that game with a little bit of a grain of salt and see it as just maybe just a bad night?
Yeah, I think you have to concentrate more. I wasn't a great free throw shooter, not as good as I should have been. And a big part of that, I think, is for me was concentration. You're up there, you have a lot of time in the game. You don't really have that. I think we have to follow through. I think our discipline has to be better on the free throw. We have to concentrate more. Some of it is getting the right guys at the free throw line too. That's a big part of it. We just have to step up with confidence and understand that it's our shot. And sometimes guys can put pressure on themselves. We work on it just about every day. Guys shoot a pretty good percentage, but then if we do something in front of someone, sometimes guys get a little bit nervous, and so we have to conquer that.
How is Terrell Brown progressing as a presence around the glass?
He's getting better. I think he's gotten better from July. We got him back in July when he came back for summer session 2, and I think he's made progress. He still has a big way to go, but the thing that I've been impressed with is that he hasn't fought teaching. He hasn't fought, work. And, he showed up every day to try to get better. Now, it hadn't been every day at the level that he needs it to be and that we need it to be, but that's something that we're teaching him how to do. He has talent, but, a big thing for him is motor. That's a big thing, and we have to have that motor turned on at a high level all the time.
It's not so much his shots around the basket, but being more aggressive.
Well, it's everything. I think motor, playing hard all the time, understanding the physicality of it, being able to play through, getting bumped, being able to finish through contact, all of those things, being able to rebound in traffic, rebounding out of your area, talking, all of those things. All of our post guys have to continue to get better at those things.
How's your health heading into the season with the roster?
Knock on wood, we're pretty good right now. So, knock on wood. Hopefully we stay that way.
Cam Davis, when he came here, he was a very lightly recruited kid. We didn't really know what to think of him when he first got here. Ended up playing a ton of minutes last year. Seemed to really carve out a role with his defensive abilities. How do you feel like how much he played last year has sort of made him into a better player than maybe a guy that would not have got that opportunity?
Yeah, I think he's gotten better. I can only speak for the time that I've had him, and I think he's gotten better since April. He's been a guy that's embraced work. He's a kid that competes. I think he takes pride in his defense. We want him to continue to be a confident offensive player, and then to understand who he is, to do the things that he does, and to do those things at a high level, and not try to deviate from those things. And I think when he does that, he can be a really good basketball player.
We had talked some, Jeff, about guys moving on from last season. How much is having new guys in prominent roles like X, and Trey, and City, how much has that helped in trying to reach that larger goal, having these guys who even if it's unspoken, don't carry some of those memories?
Yeah, well, I think the main thing that it helps is that they're good players. Our 3 freshmen, You know, we think they're good players, and City is a graduate transfer who's won and been a part of winning. So I think that's the thing that helps the most. They bring a different energy, you know, a different mindset, a different skill set, so to speak, you know, to our team. I think that's the thing that helps the most. I do think, though, what you're saying, having freshness, newness, I do think that's important. But we have to understand that that's not going to be, just because we have that, even our staff, that's going to equate to winning. Like, we have to beat people, and we have to do that. It's not going to happen because we've had some cool videos on social media or, you know, some cool stuff happen. Like, at the end of the day, you got to lace them up and you have to beat somebody. And, you know, tomorrow starts the real thing with that. And that has to be our mindset. And we have to be hungry. You know, we have to be hungry every time we step on the court, you know, for us to perform at a very high level.
From what you've learned from these guys in the past several months, do you expect them to be a hungry team?
Yeah, I do. I do
What
expect
made
us
you
to be.
think that?
I think just the way we've practiced, you know, the energy that we've had, the camaraderie that we've had, I think those things.
You've got the early signing period coming up here, and some head coaches don't go on the road at all at this time of year. It seems like you've still been pretty active, at least up until this point. How have you kind of gone about managing the time and sleeping occasionally in between practice and recruiting trips?
Yeah, well, fortunate for us, we practice early, and that gives us an opportunity, you know, to get out when those opportunities present themselves and to recruit. You know, recruiting is the lifeblood of a program, and I'm incredibly grateful for the resources that have been provided, you know, to me and my staff to allow us to get out and get to some of these places. You know, so I am grateful for that.